I believe that having an opportunity society is essential to having a vital and living democracy in our country.
Also, I think for children, maybe in these counties, poverty, because it is less, might be more hidden, so that these families are more isolated. There's not neighborhoods that are concentrated with high rates of poverty, so families are more spread out, which can lead to more stigma and more other issues that families have to face and deal with alongside of poverty. In Minnesota, we have very high workforce participation rates, even though our child poverty continues to increase.
If you yourself do not have the security of health care, your family is at risk overall in terms of your ability to care for your children.
What fights poverty the greatest is education. And education, as far as investments, we need to look at what happened in the past year, where our society is going with our investments of education. Minnesota is now the 4th largest class sizes in the nation.
So when we look at programs such as early childhood family education, we look at family home visiting, we look at Head Start, we look at early Head Start. There are a number of programs and services that children can receive if we know early enough that they are having some type of a difficulty or some type of developmental delay.
Research demonstrates that ages 0 to 5 are critical years for a child's brain development. What steps would you take to ensure that all children enter kindergarten ready to succeed?
Everybody's advantage. The individual, the businesses in this state, the government in this state, to make sure these children get what they need in that 0 to 5 age range in early Head Start and Head Start, because this is tomorrow's workforce.
I would much prefer, and I think it would be much better savings to invest in the ECFEs, the Head Starts, and start bringing it the full-day kindergartens out to the suburbs, because I know it's common in the cities and less likely in the suburbs. And I realize everybody's going to say that costs, but what I'd like to look at is, how much more it costs at the upper levels to get those kids to the catch-up.
In 2007, legislators went around the state and they interviewed people who were living in poverty, and they asked them what was happening in their communities and what could be done to help them out. And at the end of that time of research gathering and talking with people, they wrote this report and they made some recommendations. JRLC, along with the Children's Defense Fund and some other friends and Melissa Hortman, has been to draft this Family Economic Security Act.
The child care program I alluded to earlier, that is underfunded. Those who are eligible cannot all access it currently. Thousands who are eligible cannot access it.
The tax credit, I think that's also a good idea. But there has to be some way to assist those people. You're not in it for yourself. You're in it for your group, whether it's a squad, whether it's a patrol, whether it's a company. We are in this together. We will sink or swim together. We need to turn this around. We need a different outlook on things.
Conservative, liberal, everything, and work together to solve problems that are going to make Minnesota better.
It has to be a private, public, nonprofit, and faith community combined effort to address these problems. And that's why I say we have that faith community portion, we have that volunteer portion, we have that nonprofit portion. But there is also a role for government.